Hello, my name's John Tenza, and I've been a success coach for the last 20 years. I've been a professional realtor for 30 years, and I've taken all kinds of seminars and truly have paid over $100,000 to other experts to help me become better at what I do. I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that Evie Hernandez is in a league of her own.
I just finished a 3-day client attraction retreat with Evie Hernandez, and it was one of the best trainings that I have experienced.
Ease and really having something that is simple, that works. And that's what she gave us, simplicity, ease, the things that work. And it was just the most fantastic experience. And you've got to do it. You got to do it. Got to try it. Buy the replays. Whatever it is, make it happen.
How do you leverage live streaming to grow your business and grow your list? That is the question that we are going to tackle today. Hi, welcome. If this is your first time here, let me welcome you to Bizniversity Live Biz TV show. My name is Evie Hernandez, and I am a strategic growth speaker at bizniversity.com. That's B-I-C, like biz, and then university, drop the U and just keep the last part. So bizniversity.com. And I just love teaching content creators how to leverage marketing automation to increase their online sales easily with ease. And when I speak about content creators, if you're wondering who I'm referring to, I'm referring to you. If you are a speaker, an author, a coach, a podcaster, a blogger, or a YouTuber, then I want to invite you to join the conversation today by sharing in your comments, telling us all about you, asking questions, sharing your thoughts and your feedback, because we definitely appreciate them. Well, today we have a very special guest joining me very soon, and I'm delighted that she said yes. And I'm happy whenever we have guests joining us, and of course when we have you. And I want to go ahead and say hola and hello to la doctora Raquel Rubin. Thank you for joining us. Love that you're out there. Please feel free to ask any questions there in the chat. And by the way, if you're joining us, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our online community so that you can receive emails letting you know what we're up to and why you should join us. So for today, as we tackle this topic, how to leverage live streaming to boost the growth of your list, I want to go ahead and invite one of my guest speakers here today, Donna Duffy. Let me go ahead and bring her on. Hi, Donna.
Hey, Evie, how are you?
I'm doing great, and even better now that you've joined me here, because I love your presence and you always have good, juicy stuff.
Thank you. It's so good to be here with you today.
Well, I am so glad that you're here with me. And so why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about you for those that may not know you.
Well, I am so excited to share marketing and visibility strategies and solutions with midlife women, movers and shakers in my online community called Sage Success Studio. And I'm happy to have you as a member in that community as well. I love all the things that you share and the encouragement that you bring. And I just love helping midlife women align with their best platforms and zero in on their niche market, as well as showcase their expertise and create a signature body of work. So that is me.
Awesome.
And I'm here in Wilmington, Delaware, by the way.
Yes, you're in Delaware. And there's a little bit of an echo where you are. I'm not sure.
Ah,
If it's the mic or what's going on, there's a slight echo. So just letting you know.
okay.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds actually better when you get closer. So thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
what I want to do today, so we're doing two things. If you did not know, number one, we're going to talk a little bit about this idea of how do we leverage live streaming to grow our list, thus growing our business. Then I'm going to go and share my screen and share what Facebook looks like and the new Facebook Live audio, their new release. We'll talk about that. And then we'll actually jump off StreamYard, and then Donna and I ask you to join us inside of the Facebook Live audio. So you're getting a lot of bang for your time today. So thank you for joining us. Please, like I said, ask questions in the comments, share your thoughts. And as always, anything that we do not cover that you still have questions, you can feel free to visit bizniversity.com, as well, of course, as you can email me at evie@bizniversity.com for any questions, as well as, of course, show ideas. And of course, if you're a speaker or if you have a speaker in mind that you would like to request, please make sure to email me that request. I love hearing from you. So let's tackle the first topic, Donna. Let's talk about this idea of leveraging live video streaming, and we're going to talk about audio streaming. So let's talk about both to grow our business by growing our list. So first of all, would you like to share maybe 1 to 3 tips of how do you do that for your business? Because I know you go live also, right?
Yeah, I go live every Friday inside my group, and that has been a standing appointment. So it's twofold. I keep that for myself. I hope the audio is okay now, Evie. Just let me know. It's an appointment I keep with myself so that I show up for my tribe. That to me has been just a way to continue to have the steady stream of consistent content and messaging to my target audience. And then the beauty of that. So for those who kind of haven't stepped into that yet, the beauty of that is it's so much more than that couple of minutes that we're live, however long that is, because of the repurposability and the leverage that can come from one live. So I find that allows me to have blog content, that allows course content, that allows post content, but it also is a bridge to expertise, leveraging your expertise, showcasing your expertise, and finding that as you stay in your lane, stay true to your niche, stay true to your message, that consistency of just showing up in this complementary platform, you're not paying anything to do that. I just think it is a phenomenal way to be present for your tribe. Initially, I was sure that, and I'm a seasoned speaker, but going live kind of, I was sure like people can hear my heart jumping out of my chest, because you go live and it's you and you. And so you don't wait, you just start, and it doesn't mean all the comments are rolling or whatever. So it can be a little intimidating at first. The way that helped me is get out of my own head was just like do it for them. And when I thought of it that way, I actually prayed about it, like what's holding me up? And then I was like, you're in your own head, just put the focus on them and off of you, and you're all good. And honestly, from that day, that freed me tremendously. So I love live stream, been doing it consistently for a few years, and super excited to be learning from the master on how to leverage live audio. So I'm excited about that too.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to ask you to mute when you're not speaking so that we don't hear that. Awesome. Thank you. So with live audio, I've only done it, I think, once or twice on the new live audio platform for Facebook. I discovered it, and then I joined Gary Vee. Gary Vee is one of the people that I followed for over 10 years, and he is a social media marketing guru. And I've joined his audio a few times, and it's interesting because Facebook did have a audio before, a live audio before. As a matter of fact, many times what I used to do when I didn't arrange my hair, fix my hair, comb my hair, what I used to do, I used to go on Facebook Live audio. And I used to share live audio with people, and people used to click to listen. Now, because since Clubhouse launched and it has become so huge, Facebook decided to relaunch their live audio. And before we get into that, because that is tools, one of the things that I like to talk about, it's really reminding people, number one, you must have a strategy. And you've heard the saying, begin with the end in mind. And I always say, begin with results in mind. So when you think about your strategy and your plan, and you're thinking about, why am I going to do this? Number one, you have a message, you have something that you want to share. You probably have a solution to a problem that your ideal dream client is having, and you can offer some suggestions, some solutions that may help them. Therefore, when you think about that, the first thing that you want to do is think about, where is your ideal dream client? And so there are many platforms online that are wonderful, and there are many tools that are wonderful. But remember, we begin with results in mind. We begin with the strategy, and then, independent of the tool, I think that when you have the strategy and the good content and the good purpose, then that's going to transmit through video or audio or whatever you use. So bearing that in mind, let's talk about, what results do you want? So I initially say, grow your list, grow your business, because my entire focus for over 12 years has been on email marketing automation. And over the past couple of years, I've extended that to talk about marketing automation in general, and how we, as busy entrepreneurs, busy human beings, can leverage marketing automation to increase our online sales easily, with ease. And that came to me, the easily with ease, after I turned 50. I said, I don't want to work hard, I want to work smart, and I want to enjoy it, because this is my passion and my love. And so let's talk about, what is it that you want. Number one, if you have already established that your ideal dream clients are on Facebook, then awesome. Then Facebook is the platform that you want to use. If, on the other hand, you have discovered that they are on Clubhouse, and that works for you and it works for them, then perhaps you want to explore learning more about Clubhouse. I know that for me, for the longest time, I've loved YouTube. Now, YouTube's been around for a long time, and it's still part of what I long to do, what my goal and dream is. And today, as a matter of fact, we're live streaming by using StreamYard onto YouTube Live. So, and YouTube is very powerful in that it's searchable, and it belongs to Google, the number one search engine in the world. So overall, YouTube video is extremely powerful. Now, many YouTube creators are doing awesome videos and are getting found because they've learned how to add words that increase their searchability, SEO, search engine optimization, that they've done. And that is awesome. And there is a particular strategy that goes into creating perhaps pre-recorded videos of that kind that most YouTube creators do. And I'm not there yet. What I do like to talk about, and the reason why I like live streaming, is, quite honestly, because it forces me, it holds me accountable to creating a video once a week for you. And so I like that. Of course, it doesn't mean that I go without a plan. As many of you know who are part of my community, back on July 20th, I launched the titles of all the topics that we were going to talk about during this month of August. This month of August being very special, as we are celebrating our 8th year with this business, that's ZoomIn Businessversity by ZoomIn LLC. And so this year, because it is our 8th year and because video is so hot, we've been focusing a lot on video. And of course, because I do this weekly live show, I wanted to talk about live video. And then, of course, I asked this beautiful woman to join me, Donna, because she is a marketing person. She loves marketing and she loves sharing too, because I wanted to make it more exciting and have her share her experience because she has a business with several years experience. So let's talk about now. You have decided that Facebook is where, as Donna said, your tribe is. And let's say you're just starting, Donna. Let's say that they are not where you are. They don't have a community yet, per se. Let's just say they're building a community. So why don't we trace back a little bit to how did you first begin leveraging video or live video to begin growing that community? So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I decided to really start my Facebook group as a result of writing my book, Embracing Autumn. So it was a motivational field guide for midlife women entrepreneurs. And that started to shift my company, 3E Marketing Solutions, to really start to niche down onto midlife women entrepreneurs. So I thought, okay, so I'll start a Facebook group. I didn't realize at the time that that was actually going to be held probably in the highest esteem in the Facebook world, that Facebook groups are so supported from Facebook. That's such a wonderful way to leverage community. So I started to follow different people who could help me maximize how to start gathering midlife women entrepreneurs. And I was very specific. It was women who wanted to make a difference through their entrepreneurship in this season of their lives. So people would ask me, well, what's a midlife women entrepreneur? I'm thinking, we probably aren't one. We know who we are, right? So women over 50, but women over 50 who were wanting to make a difference through their leadership, through their entrepreneurship. So I was posting just regular posts like you would in a page. And I realized, you know what, this actually needs deeper engagement. And so, of course, the whole live thing was going on and live stream, that conversation was going on around me. And I was really kind of trying to dodge it, to be honest. I love putting content out and I love blogging and those kinds of things. But that live piece hadn't dropped in yet. When I started to realize that I could theme my group on a monthly theme, I could then break that into sub-themes by going live. And even if I was live for 5-10 minutes, I could zero in on that. I also had to realize people would come back later, not necessarily with me live, and interface with that, connect with that content at a later date, and only later learning from other people that I didn't see, that are sitting on the sideline. You don't even realize how many people are watching you. Did I start to understand the impact that was having? As that took hold for me, then I realized, okay, like little by little, this is going to grow this group. For me, I kept the whole thing kind of intentionally small so I could put the roots down deep in relationship building. But I have found that to be a way to start gathering people around.
And I want to congratulate you because you said so many pearls. Here's what I heard. You were very intentional. You were very focused into selecting who it was that you wanted to attract. And that's very important because you mentioned yes, there is so much power in growing a Facebook group, but not just any Facebook group. And I'll tell you this because you want to make sure that you select who you want. So let's say women. If you're saying, oh, I love working women, it shouldn't be all women, not really. You should focus like she did, midlife women, right? Did I get it right? Midlife. So she was very focused into what it is, and then she expanded upon that. Very, very important. And I want to mention that there is power in the Facebook group, and there is a lot more power when you look for quality versus quantity. And that's one of the things that Donna and I are right here, because she and I both agree on quality always. So it's not so much about, oh my goodness, I have to have millions of followers, millions of fans, millions of people, or even 10,000. It is about the quality. And I strongly believe that. And I have been speaking for Constant Contact over 10 years now. And I used to focus on growing your list. And I used to have a huge list. And I was like, oh, I just got to get more numbers and more numbers. but it did not create a win-win situation because I was not writing and sharing things for everyone. And everyone was definitely not reading, not clicking, and certainly not buying because we were not in alignment. So it's important that when you decide to grow your business by growing your list, whether it is a Facebook group list, a YouTube followers, a live stream following, an email list, that you really focus on who is, and I like to call it your ideal dream client, those people that you love to work with because you know that you're creating a win-win situation. You win when they win. I like to call my clients my client partners, and I always tell them, hey, I don't win until you win. So I have to get wins for them. So what does that mean? That means that when you're going live, like I did, what did I say at the very beginning? Did you notice what I said at the very beginning? I said who this live show was for. Do you recall that, Donna? Do you recall what I said?
Yeah, you were saying if you were a course creator, if you were a coach, a consultant, really kind of targeting in so
Yes.
that person would hear, oh, that's me. I can lean forward or self-select forward or away.
Absolutely. And that is so important when we're speaking in our content, of course, when we're writing. And sometimes we may forget, it happens to me, but it is very important. And it is very important to define it in a way that you are clear about it and that your message is clear. And the reason why I say that is because I used to say content creators, but I like to tell people, well, who are these content creators? Speakers, authors, coaches, podcasters, bloggers, and YouTubers. So I go and I let people know who they are because yes, while a lot of the things that I share will help almost any business owner grow their business, who I love, and I truly mean love, who I'm passionate about helping, are those content creators, those people that are creating, that have intellectual property. Like Donna, she is an author, right? She has created content, right? And they want to share that content online. Those are the people that I love to work with. So that's very important that we remember that, whether it is in writing copy. Similarly, when we are doing a Facebook Live show like Bizniversity, Live Biz TV, or a podcast or a blog, we need to really begin with the person in mind that we know that we have a possible solution that we can help. Anything else you want to add to that, Donna?
So I love that you're saying that. I always say tie your why to your tribe because that will change everything. So even if you go to write a piece of content and you're kind of stuck and you're not sure, take the name of one of your best clients. And I always say, do what you love and love who you do it for. So pick someone that you love working with, put their name at the top, like you're going to write that piece of content just for them, tie your why to your tribe. And that will open the way for creativity because you are going to then be solution oriented on their behalf. And that is one of the best ways to show up for content. Then people will self-select toward or away. And and again, you and I are very in sync here with the whole thing of alignment. It will align and they will step toward you or not. And then it's okay. They move on, and that wouldn't be your best person to work with anyway. So that works out for everyone. And I love what Covey used to say, it's win-win or no deal. And I think that becomes a perfect way then, a guideline and a framework to work within as you create things for others.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I want to make sure, because we talked about growing your business by growing your list, and specifically we talked about growing a Facebook group, I want to talk about how important it is to know how to leverage that group and also pre-qualify people. Remember, quality over quantity. And one of the things that I admire about my past client and present mentor, Pegin Echevarria, who is the only Latina in the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame, and I love working with her. She was my past client, and now I am one of her clients. And she has a group of speakers, many of which, because she's been speaking for over 30 years, and she is certified professional speaker with the National Speakers Association. So many of the women there are part of the National Speakers Association. She has two groups. She has a free group, right? But she vets every woman. And like, for example, Donna, if you wanted to be part of that, I have to refer you, right? But just because someone is a female speaker doesn't mean that she will accept them into the group. And I love that. And I learned that when I was working with her, when she was my client, and I said, that is such an awesome thing. And I had her once here, I think about 2 years ago, talking about that, because I'm part of groups where simply when you find the group, you can just join the group and you can say, oh yeah, I'm a speaker. And many times I find other people that are not speakers that are part of the group. They're a photographer who wants to work with a speaker, a videographer who wants to work with a speaker. So it's not a focused, vetted group. So I like to vet the people in the group. Now, that goes for anything. I have a group called Hispanapreneur, which is Hispanic Women Business Owner, and I made up the name Hispanapreneur. By now, you figure out I like to make up and trademark my own names. And that's very detailed for professional women who have a business, who are women Latinas, right? And then I have another group, and this is where I want to share with you, because this is something I truly believe you need to do when you're growing your business inside of Facebook. So as you notice here, I have a group on Facebook called the Facebook Online Challenge Group. The Facebook Online Challenge Group, it is a private membership group. It is a free membership group, but it is a vetted membership group. Much like I learned from my now mentor, Pegeen, she vets her women. I like to vet people. And how do you do that? Well, you do that in one of two ways. Number one, you make sure that if people find your group on Facebook, it is not automatic that they automatically become a member, meaning you have to make sure that you are the one accepting them into the group. And in there, Facebook allows you to do 3 questions, right? And I'll show you in a second. And when Facebook allows you to do those 3 questions, you want to go ahead and answer those 3 questions. The other thing that you can do is promote it by telling people to go, and I have a second monitor here, to a page on your website where when they sign up to that group, as you see here, and they click here, they automatically now land on that group. And this is very important for you to keep the integrity of the group, and also for you to know how many people are there, and for you to be able to grow your business and be able to market to them if that is your desire. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So for example, when you're here, right, I'm trying to remember where the questions are. Maybe you can help me. I haven't changed these questions in a while. Is it here? Do you know, Donna, where the questions are?
Go on the sidebar. Go on the side. And it should say member questions down on the left-hand sidebar.
Oh, member question. Good. Thank you for reminding me.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, so I have some questions. Did you sign up through our Bizniversity Online Challenge group? Yes, I signed up. What email address did you register with? That way I make sure that they have. And please check the following. And these are questions that I have. It says, I will read the group rules, because you should have some rules. I am willing to show up, invest in myself and learning. I will participate full out. Once approved into the group, I will go visit all the units, and I will go through the units for details. See, so there's a specific way so that you are qualifying people in your group, so you have a more quality group, a more quality tribe, and thus a more quality prospective client. So what I suggest that you, of course, have some form on your website, because all things should lead to your website. Yes, absolutely, because this website is owned by me. Who owns Facebook? MZ, right? Mark Zuckerberg. He owns Facebook. So I don't have so much control. And over like 7-8 years ago, one of my past clients, she had grown her group to 5,000. Something happened in the group, and all of a sudden she was shut down. She lost all those contacts because she had never done this. So want to make sure, if you want to leverage Facebook live streaming video, we're going to go into live streaming audio in just a little bit. Make sure that both inside of your Facebook group as well as on your website, you're capturing people's emails, because after all, you want to extend the life of that relationship. You want to nourish that relationship. And what better way than to make sure that you're tracking, because business is all about numbers. So you want to track. So make sure that you're doing that. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. And then Donna, ask you for some thoughts before we go on to the next thing. Let me stop sharing.
Well, I think something that you said about this whole, vetting who's coming in. I don't know if you remember Michael Port's book, Book Yourself Solid.
Yes.
And he always talked about who gets behind your red velvet rope. So by doing that, by being selective that way, and not come one, come all, if I always say, if it's everybody's, it's nobody's. If it's for everyone, it's for no one. So that the message just gets so lost. So if you know who's in the room and you target that message for who's in the room, you know who's behind your red velvet rope. To your point, I love that you said this. Not only, are you then clear on who you're gathering around your table, basically, but the other members are grateful for the fact that you are that vigilant in holding true to who the group was for, because it will benefit them the most, and they're going to want to show up there. Then the engagement will be higher, their connections will be greater, and what they take away from the group will be more aligned for them, and then that will in turn, let's talk about win-win, that will in turn be a good thing for you. So I love that you shared that.
Thank you, Donna. I love that. Thank you. And the other thing, so you could always be inviting people in that way to your group. And then, by the way, because people are joining, there's a feature inside of Facebook that, it tells you who's joined recently, and you can do a welcome post. And of course, you can be doing a monthly automated welcome email to them. Once again, always leveraging marketing automation and making sure that you're leveraging automation to make sure you nurture that relationship and you follow up, follow through, because it takes time to nurture that relationship. Now, I want to go ahead and just suggest a couple more things as far as how you can leverage doing a live stream. As you notice, we said we're celebrating Win Wednesday, right? So I talked about joining the group. If you're part of this, go ahead and join the online challenge group, because we share a lot of things in there, especially challenges that are usually 1 week training that we do for free or low cost. And you can take advantage of that inside of that group. So the other thing is, if you don't have anything like that yet and you want to offer something, there's always something to celebrate. So I do my shows on Wednesdays, and in my challenges, I used to have a Win Wednesday. And then I decided, you know what? This month of August, since we're celebrating our 8th year anniversary under this company name, I said, I'm going to do Win Wednesday every Wednesday in August. And so today is Win Wednesday. And so what I was telling people, and by the way, you are welcome to participate, is that you want to make sure that you enter to win, because we have a prize. And I have a page that I created in my website where people can sign up, right? Then we use the wheel of names, and then if I have names in advance, I will select. I also actually have an actual wheel here where I select people, and I either announce it live, like when I'm doing the challenge, I usually announce those live, or via email. So when people join the group or join one of these links that I've shared with them, they're also entering to win. Thus, I can follow up and let them know, hey, you won. And so if you're interested in winning today, make sure you visit to bit.ly, that's BIT, win 821. And so if you can't remember that, let me just share the easiest way that you can do this. And I'm going to go ahead and share this and also remind you that this exactly what I'm doing is what you could be doing. This is whether you have a full website or a landing page. You can have either an inline form or a pop-up form in the first page of your website. Now, I know that some of you have been with me for a while, and by now, you know that I'm all about creating forms in different places, and also the importance of your first page. Your main page on your website, according to Google, the most visited page on any website is your first page, your home page. Therefore, you should have an inline form if you don't like pop-ups. And if you can have a pop-up, then have a pop-up. Now, this pop-up, I created it right before this, and it's not the most beautiful one, and I have to make it more beautiful. But basically, when people go to bizniversity.com, like you can go right there now. You go there, and before you leave, this should pop up, because I believe I set it up as an exit intent, meaning before you exit, this will populate. So when you go there, it says right there, Bizniversity Live Biz, win a free marketing automation course valued at $97. Win Wednesday registration. You have registered and subscribed to our online community. Please check your inbox for an email from Evie at Bizniversity. And then I could get their emails, grow the list, and automatically a couple of things happen. They already land in the welcome landing page, and they automatically get a welcome email. And then in the next email marketing campaign that I send out, if they want, they will know it by opening up the email. So this is a way for you to begin growing your list with things that are in sync or in alignment of we have been talking about, with things that you're doing. So for example, I have to beef this up because I did this right before the show. It will talk a little bit about what the course is about. And in this particular case, this particular course is all about marketing automation, about what content you need to write to automate your welcome sequences, right? Because that's the first contact. And by the way, the beginning of any relationship is how, Donna? When you first began dating or in the world, the beginning of everything is how? Beautiful, right?
Yes. So it's all bliss. Yeah.
So similarly, when we begin a relationship with a prospective tribe member, client, everything has to be beautiful. So we have to work on beautifying this, nourishing, just like a little baby. I never had babies, but I have a little bunny. And, it's just like a little baby. You have to nourish that relationship. And so we're going to make this a little cuter. And then we also want to give people a reason why they want to be part of whatever it is that we're offering. In this case, because I talk about marketing automation, I'm gifting a marketing automation course that it is posted in our website for $97. So this is not a make-believe. It's a real course, and it really costs $97. And so it shows up right in there. Any comments?
I love that. I love that you have that as the exit. So people will have had an opportunity to check you out and kind of get the lay of the land a little bit and familiar. And then, not everybody, what did Ryan Deiss say from Digital Marketer? Nobody wants to marry you on the first date, right? So, this is the opportunity for them to kind of check you out a little bit, and then even to walk away with some of your expertise that they could connect with. And then there's always, you're staying right there in front of them. So if they're ready, like I'm ready, you're ready, you can take that next step together, and they would have had an opportunity to put their toe in the water and see what's going on. And it's a trust build. It's one of those breadcrumbs of trust that's leading to your door. So I really love that.
Absolutely. And because I am true to what I say, you see that as you go to bizniversity.com, what is the first thing I have here? Are you a speaker, author, coach, podcast? Are you immediately, who is my ideal client. And of course, because I'm a speaker, I have from our live events, I have to redo one and do one of our virtual events now that everything is more virtual. And then, of course, there is that opportunity for people to register with an inline form. So as you see, it says it right here, the same thing right here. So if someone wanted to schedule that, they can click there, and that's an inline form. They would be able to fill it out, and that would register someone immediately to win. So if you've ever joined one of my courses, you know by now that it is very important that we understand the buyer's journey, whether it is the 3-step, what I call the more traditional, where the first step is awareness, or many people like to think about the know, like, and trust factor. Well, you need to understand that. And because of that, I really believe that that first gift, that first offering should be free, something enticing. That's why I'm giving people the opportunity to join our online challenge group and also get a free course that will be $97. That is the actual cost. But this is a particular one that I went and I made it for $97 for this purpose. So you can use live streaming to give this kind of knowledge and at the same time do an offering that it is appealing. Yes? And by the way, you want to always remember to do that, because when you don't offer somebody something, then you're cutting the relationship short. You're not allowing yourself or them to have a bigger experience together. So you want to encourage them to stay connected to you, and you want to stay connected to them. So you're doing yourself and them a disservice. Do you agree with that, Donna?
Absolutely. And I feel like the cool thing that's going on here is that you've got it so that so you have the pop-up, so that would work for someone. You've got the inline, you've got the live, you've got a post. You know, there's you know, I always say, help the client get on the train at any station. You know, so a lot of times you're not just saying, you know, you've got to only go this way. You're giving them multiple entry points and finding ways that are in alignment with the way they feel comfortable. Some people aren't going to fill out a pop-up. They might X right out of that. Okay, well, they didn't totally lose that opportunity, which is wonderful. Then you're showing up and they can watch you. They can listen to you in audio. They can read something. And so that allows different modalities to attract different kinds of people, and so that they can find their best way in the door and find their way to you and to your expertise. I love it.
Donna, I am going to have to tune into you more, because you have all these magnificent sayings. You remember all these things. You are so good. I'm like, wow.
Thank you.
All these things come to your mind. You know,
Thank you.
like I have to really work hard on remembering so many things, and you're so good with quotes. I'm like, wow. Okay, thank you. And now what we're going to move to, I'm going to do a screen share, and I'm going like this because my other screen is here, to go into this Facebook audio. As we mentioned in the very beginning, Facebook audio, live audio had been around. Facebook discontinued it because it didn't really get as much as video, live video streaming did. And now, after Clubhouse, they have recently decided that they're going to once again launch it, and they have. And so because of that, I want to go ahead and share this, and then Donna and I will pop in there. So this is my own Facebook, how it looks. And what you see here is you see these rooms, right? You see these rooms. I was hoping to be able to show you online. What I found was this video, but this, I believe, is the more traditional one that used to be. So for example, this is a little bit of how it used to be, but now it's different. So then I was starting to look for the Facebook, what actually Facebook said when they launched. And I'll show you what it looks like in mobile, because you need to be able to have you and your people use both things. And I've actually tried it once for just trying with one of my clients who teaches coaches and speakers how to leverage their voice. We tried it together, and what it did for her is that it dialed her number. So this came out recently, this particular article about Facebook.com, and it allows you to go in there, okay? And it looks pretty much like it does for the Clubhouse, for the listener, that you see if there's a lot of people, it looks the same. You can see it. For example, when I joined Gary Vee's audio, I did it on my phone as a listener, and it looked just like this, right? Now, I will tell you that to do the actual live, and this is what it looks like. And by the way, it does record just like it did before. It records, so that's a little different and perhaps better than Clubhouse. In Clubhouse, you cannot record. Here it records very similar to the way it used to record before when they first launched. So all you see is your face. So for example, even inside the online challenge group, let's see here if I can show you the Facebook online challenge group. I did one a little while ago, and it shows just like that. So when people, let's see if I can find it. When people go to the group, and you could select, by the way, do you want to share it in a group? So this is a Zoom, so it'll look different. This is this that we're on. This is after it's done. This is a video, right? I'm showing you different ones so you get a feel for what it feels like. Let's see where it is. I did it, Jesus, it's been a while. Let's see where it is. It just looks exactly like that picture. You see a little picture of my face right here. So what it looks like is I decided, and it's still calling it a live video, by the way. They have not changed that. They just relaunched it, and now they're repackaging it differently. It's not perfect yet. So if you see here, it has my face. That was what was on my personal profile. Okay. And then it records it, and it's available there. And then it says here, Evie was live in Messenger Room. That is the difference. The difference is that it shows up inside your Messenger. So if we go back to, I believe, where was I? Is it here? Yeah. If I go back to here, so for example, I have this one that I put that it was for 2, but we could join, and I go share. I can share to a news feed if I want to, right? I can, what else can I do? Let's see what else it allows me to do here. I can go ahead and say, you know what? I'm only going to invite my friend to join me. So I copied that link. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to share that with you, Donna. Right? I'll share that with you. Where'd it go? Okay, here, right? And then I will join the room right from here. So first of all, Donna, since you're muted and I'm muted on my phone, do you want to go ahead and see if that invite came through? And let me see if it shows here so I can show before we get off this how it shows. Did you join already? Okay, so here I'm going to go and join the room. Let's see what that looks like. Now, I've joined on the laptop. You see that? It says here that Donna Duffy is connecting. And I could decide who can join this group. So I can go here and I can say, oh, only people I approve or people with this link. So I can change it and have people with this link join me now. Okay. Donna has requested to join. You see it here. And I'm going to go ahead and accept. And you have 2 audio, and Donna could go on video, right? If I wanted to, I could broadcast live. I could decide where's the If I don't want to do live, I can change it here. So I can say, oh, I want to turn off video, so I don't have my video. I can mute my microphone. I can call participants. Remember I said the first time I tried, I called my client and she joined me. So I can go ahead and call somebody, or I can invite other people here. You see, I can go ahead and invite other people. What else can I do? Let's see what I can change in the settings. I can end the room. I can do screen sharing if I wanted to here. So I can do a lot of different things, right? And then I wish I can show you, let's see what it looks like in my phone. I'll walk you through. So when I go in my phone, let's see if you can see it. It says view details. Oh, no, not there. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I got so many things open. Let's see. Geez, I can't believe I forget to close so many things. Okay, here we go. So there's my mobile device. Okay. What it shows is view details. So it tells me I can create an audio. So it's telling me there. Where did it go? Sorry, I got a brand new phone. There we go. So it's telling me that I can create an audio right then and there. It tells me that I can create an audio video room. And then for the one that I'm just sharing now with Donna, it says view details. So when I click view details, it's the same thing and it says start room. So I press start room. And there is Donna, and I am on a call with her, you see? So then I can decide, well, I don't want to show my picture, or I'll show the other way if I was featuring something. What else options does it allow me to do? Let's see. I can say, no, instead I want to call Donna. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it allows us to go back and do it just an audio. And I'm going to play with it because I did it before and transmit back again into the Facebook Online Challenge group. But because right now we are here. So if I go ahead and just close here, it'll ask me to, how do I qualify this? Okay. So I can say it was, let's say, whatever, and close it. And then it'll show here that I left the room, although I think it showed that before. And I can go ahead and close, but it still says that this room is coming up. So I can still share and I can still join. And what I'm going to do is Donna and I are going to go into this room and I'm going to attempt once again to do the audio live streaming back into the Facebook Online Challenge group. I did it before. And I'll tell you how I did it. The way that I did it before, in case you're wondering, is I actually did it right from the laptop because I found it easier. That was when I did that recording. The first time we tried it, my client and I, it actually dialed both of us. And we were just on the Messenger app right here. So you have to have the Messenger app. Let me stop sharing here for a while. And Donna, you can unclick from there and then we'll go on in just a little bit and we'll see if we can get back on the group. But Donna, what do you think about that?
I'm loving this. And first of all, like big kudos, props, high fives to you for just going. I love it. I love that you're just like, let's just see what happens. So when you said, hey, jump on, I was like so happy because I've wanted to see how this is. And I've done messenger rooms before. I've done rooms where it was video, but I love that it can be audio and I love that it records. They have totally upgraded this. So I'm glad, if Clubhouse was the nudge or whatever it was, I think this is going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for doing that. So I was on my phone going in the room and you're on the laptop. So if we go back into the online challenge room, should I go in from the computer? You're muted.
Oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on. I'm going to try it first from the phone, and I'll
Okay.
invite you.
To the phone?
And then I'll go on the laptop, because what I want to see, I don't remember how on the second time that I tried it, I was able to do the audio into the group. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to play around with it now, and you saw that I couldn't find the button. So I don't remember if it was because I started from the phone first or I started from the desktop first. I don't remember, but I know for a fact that as a listener, your listeners can hear you right from the phone. They can join you. That's the other thing. I don't know how people get on the queue like they do on Clubhouse, because when I was listening to Gary Vee, I wanted to get on the queue so that he will call my name out, but it didn't show. You know that in Clubhouse, have you used Clubhouse? No. Okay. Well, in Clubhouse, you can raise your hand, and then the speaker, the person who created the Clubhouse, can then pick you and put you on queue so that you can come live. When I was live with Gary, I would hear him say, okay, who's on the queue next? But I was watching from the phone and I couldn't figure out, how do I get on the queue so that he can pull me up and say, okay, hi, Evie. I couldn't figure out. So that we will probably have to ask other people to join us to play with it. And maybe we will do that next. Or maybe I believe that that la doctora Raquel, if she's still there, if you're still there, Doctora Ruben, let us know. We want to invite you to come to the audio part. If you're there, let us know. That way we come to you. But it'll be fun to do it with a few people. And for sure, I'm going to do it when I do the September Client Attraction Challenge. I'm going to do part of it audio, because I think it's really cool to join the audio part, because people can do it and not have to worry about what they look, especially for us women. So anyway, any questions, thought, last minute? Oh, you are. Okay, awesome. I'm going to send you, Doctora Raquel, I'm going to send you the audio so you can join Donna Duffy and I as we're playing and experimenting with the new Facebook Live audio. So I will send it to you. Doctora Raquel, make sure that are you on Facebook? Because right now I see that you are on YouTube. See about getting on the Facebook. Let me see if I still have the link. Yep, there's the link. Wait, if I give you that, that means everybody goes on it. Not really sure. Okay, so for some reason, she's saying the video on Facebook looks better. Okay, so if you don't mind, join us on Facebook. Send me a DM on Facebook, and I will send you a private link to join Donna and I. Because right now, if I put the link here, then it's public. And we're just trying this, so we don't want to go public just yet.
Evie, quick question.
Yeah.
You want me to join on the phone or join on the laptop?
Good question. You know what? Try them both and see what happens.
Okay.
You know, anything else before we close this live stream video?
No, love this. Thank you. This is awesome. This is so fun. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm going to say that I absolutely, from my heart to yours, I love having you. I love
Thank
your
you.
energy, your enthusiasm, your knowledge, your quotes.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
I just thank you for being here, making this fun today. And I just want to encourage everyone to send us any questions, any thoughts, any ideas. I welcome them. Visit bizniversity.com if you want to join and win that $97 marketing automation course coming up in 2 weeks. Actually, we have that course. And I want to also remind people that on Friday, I believe it's Friday, we have another course, which is for those of you who are interested in, if you're a speaker and you work with speaker bureaus, associations, and you haven't been able to get through on email to those big companies or those associations, one of the things I always recommend to speakers is to use video emails. So my next training coming up this week is about video emails. How do you as a speaker stand out in the inbox? Well, the number one way that I know that you can stand out in the inbox as a speaker is by sending a video email. And so this week, I believe is Friday, or it may be tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you, Raquel. I'll send you that. Perfect. She's there waiting for us. Okay, awesome. So for those of you that want, just send me an email, evie@bizniversity.com. If you want to join our video email course, which is to teach you how do you stand out in the inbox when you're trying to really stand out. Let's say you're a leadership speaker. There are so many leadership speakers reaching out to different associations and people who book speakers. So how do you stand out? Well, one of the best ways I know is by doing a juicy, attractive, unforgettable video email. So if you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and email me at evie@evbizniversity.com. For now, I want to say thank you to you again, Donna. And I want to go ahead and put that link here one more time so that anyone who wants to do the Win Wednesday, go ahead and join there. And that's it for me. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Remember, I am here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So thank you, Donna, for joining us.
Thank you, Evie. I had a blast. It was so good to be with you. I'm looking forward to jumping over to the audio.
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
All right. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.